Welcome to our 21st century classroom. For this project, Kylie, Alyssa, Jamie, Amy, and I collaborated as a group and discussed what a 21st century classroom looks like. So we met during 2 Google Hangout sessions and we all put our input and ideas in. We showed each other our plans for our individual classrooms, and then we discussed those ideas together. We mostly all had very similar ideas and very similar setups, so we thought that was kind of cool, and we thought that this project would go well because we did have similar ideas of what a 21st century classroom would look like. So some things that we discussed were that our 21st century classroom would be student-centered, with the teacher as a facilitator. So this meaning that the student is actively involved in their learning and is very engaged in their own learning, and the teacher is there for support and guidance. Our classroom would also have the newest and latest technology, have an inviting and collaborative environment, and have specific workspaces for different types of activities, such as whole group work, individual work, morning meeting, reading and research, and then technology integration. So here's our classroom. One big idea that we discussed right away is that our model would have technology integration. So technology integration was something that we all talked about right away, and we discussed how the skills that students learn now will be definitely used in the future as technology is growing and advancing. So in our classroom, we have an iPad station right over here. So we have these 4 iPads and then one down here. We included these along with a cart. Let's see if I can find it. Whoops. Zoom out. So we also have this cart right here. And this holds iPads for every student. So the students can work on these maybe during school. We can pass out these iPads during work time. This is like a charging station as well, but the students can have one-to-one iPad time, and then they can also probably bring these iPads home to continue working on stuff, or there can be apps on these iPads that they can use at home just for, more learning. So we have those. We have the iPad station, iPad cart. We also have over here our computers. There's 4 computers. We thought this was good for students to learn computing skills. They also can do online research, and then maybe we can have group projects where the students are collaborating online, doing different types of research or things for a project. So we have that. Over here we also have a smart board in the center of the room. I think we would use this a lot. It's a good way for the students to be engaged in the lesson. So, we could all be sitting up front here. Students could be called up to do certain activities on the smart board, like we've all seen in previous experiences. So that's it for our technology. We just wanted our classroom to encourage students to actively participate in their own learning, and they can do that in multiple ways with all the different technology that we have included. So let's move over here to our library. Oops, we want to do this one. So here's our little classroom library. There's 2 shelves right here that have books and one right here that would be full of books. For the students, these could be used during, maybe there's centers in the room. So if for one day we have the students go back there and pull books from the shelf that we put up just for that day, that the students will be able to just sit down, relax, and read and enjoy during center time. They also can use this area for independent reading time. I know that is a huge thing in elementary school, that there's time devoted to just independent reading, to just sit down and read a book of your choice. They can also use this area as a place to do research. We can have different books back there. So we could have some kids over here on the computers doing research while others are over here reading through books in front of them for research. So this area could be used in multiple different ways. And then we will move over to our tables in the center here. Gotta zoom out. If you notice, our tables and chairs all have wheels on them. We thought this was nice because the students, we want a collaborative learning environment. So that being said, if the students are sitting here while the teacher is teaching, and then we're going to move to group work, well, the students can turn their tables and turn their chairs and easily make different pods, or they can, spread the tables and chairs out to each side of the room so they have that bigger area just for a different activity that is going on. So for collaborative learning, this is awesome. We also have this table back here where the students can do collaborative learning. This can be used for whole group projects or whole group work. Let's say you could do guided reading, guided writing. You could have different math groups join back here with a teacher. So we also have this whiteboard on the wall. It's kind of hanging off the wall, but this whiteboard here can be used so the teacher can be back there with a smaller group and do certain activities such as that. Let's see. We also have these whiteboards over here just on the side of the smart board. That the teacher can write maybe a schedule up on the board, or if you're doing math, you can work out problems or have the students practice writing, all different types of things. We also have these bulletin boards over here that can have important information on them for the students to refer to, or if parents come in the classroom, they can go pop over there and look. The shelf under these bulletin boards, this can be used, or it's not really a shelf, but it can be used for students to place work that they've done during the day. They each can have their own little file section where they can put all of their work, so it's not all over the place in the classroom. So that's a good storage thing. We also have, where am I going? We also have a space behind the teacher's desk for storage. The teacher can mostly store stuff, papers of theirs in there for the day. If they have a bunch of papers printed off, store them in there, pull them out when you need them. Books up here. For our teacher's desk, we place the iPad station next to the teacher's desk, which obviously for reasons that it's good to keep it organized, the teacher can facilitate that, and then just to make sure that all the students are putting their iPads back properly, and that they're putting them back actually when need be. Our teacher's desk has a computer on it. We think that's obviously important because teachers need their computers. We also placed the desk sort of in the corner like this, so it's open to the whole room. This is a good way for the teacher to watch over everything that is taking place during the day. If they are sitting at their desk, let's say during independent work time, they're able to see everything that's going on. We also have it close to the smartboard and the whiteboards because if that's being used and the teacher needs something, they can go ahead and just reach over on their desk or reach over to their computer and handle that. So, one last thing, we also included these rugs. It makes a place more inviting and welcoming for students, more comfortable, and it's also a good place for morning meetings. So the students can come up here during morning meeting, and the teacher can say like that's a routine that they plan, like you meet on the rug right away when you get there, or once the teacher says for morning meeting. And so it's a good meeting area, just general place to be. Back here we just have it for fun. Makes the place more inviting, along with the couch and the beanbag. It's just more comfortable for learning purposes. So you want to be comfortable while you're at school. So yeah, that is our 21st century classroom. Like I said before, we wanted it to be student-centered. We wanted to have active learning, have the students be engaged in and participate in their own learning, have the newest and latest technology, just have it be inviting and a collaborative environment, and then also have those specific workspaces for the different types of activities that they'll be involved in during the day.